What's up? It's your boy Tarek Ali and welcome back to your boy's channel. How you doing? How you feeling? I hope that you're feeling amazing. I hope that you're feeling excited for today, for tomorrow, for this month, for this year, this new year. I'm feeling so good right now. I'm like really good. I'm so good. It took a very long time to get here, but I'm at peace and I'm happy, and that's where I want to get all of us to. It took a lot of work for me to get here, but y'all know me. I'm here to share my journey, share my experiences, so that, you know, it can be a little easier for you when you go through something similar. But today I really came to talk about this new year. It's a talk that I've been having with a good amount of people in my life, a good amount of people online. Like sometimes, you know, I respond to DMs on Instagram, I go on live and things like that. And I've just had this conversation with so many different people in this past couple of weeks and days, and it really landed with them, and they were like, you don't know how much I needed that. That I was like, this is probably something that I should share with the larger audience. So if you follow me on any of my channels, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, wherever, then you know that this past year has been completely, like I have changed so much, okay? Like a lot of you met me when I had blonde hair. One, I lost a lot of weight, I gained some muscles, I'm in a new house. I used to be in a studio apartment, and then I got into a one-bedroom apartment. I'm a writer now. A year ago, I was not saying that I was a writer. I'm writing screenplays. I was in a relationship, and now I'm single. So much has changed this past year, and it's all because I pushed through the fear. What happens in December is people get excited for the new year, right? And they're writing down everything they want for themselves in the new year. We get into January and everybody has that fire, right? What happens is people go into that just with the goal in mind and not doing the other work, and so they burn out really fast. But when people do this, a lot of people in the world tend to make fun of you because they know that every year it's a pattern, and it's been happening before I was born, before you was born. It's always happened. In the new year, people get excited, they say all these things that they want, and then 2 months later, if you don't do it, then people make fun of you. So this starts me off at one. I know a lot of people don't like to share their goals because of other people talking down on them or making fun of them. If you are one of those people that you don't want to share your goals, go for it. I do see the power in not sharing your goals because a lot of people can be negative. But I personally believe in sharing my goals. And instead of worrying about the negative people, I just don't share with the people that I know that don't support me. I create a community of people that I know will support me, nurture me, pour into me, so that I can have a space that I am able to speak up about the things that I am passionate about. Having to swallow something that you're passionate about all day, every day, that's not freedom. And it's not encouraging. And sometimes when you go through hard times, you need someone that you know loves you to support you. And so I do know that comes from a point of privilege because everyone doesn't have those environments, right? But it's important to go out and seek and make those environments. A lot of people always say that I have no one there for me. I have no one in my corner. That's because you're not giving new people the opportunity to be in your corner. Okay? You gotta meet new people. I know you don't like talking to people, but that's how you get to know them, girl. That's how you figure out if someone is supportive. That's how you figure out if you can be vulnerable and this person won't attack me. Because you've shared so much about your goals and what you wanted, or your feelings, whatever you shared, and maybe you didn't like the response, or you didn't feel comfortable after you shared, or somebody attacked you. Then you go into this place where, oh, I don't like talking to people, or I don't like people because blah, blah, blah. It's not even that. It's just that you've been around a lot of people that have hurt you. But you have to give new people an opportunity to show you that not everyone is evil, and not everyone is negative, and not everyone will shame you. If you told me, girl, go for it. Whatever you wanted to do, go for it, okay? So that's the first thing. Stop. I'm gonna say stop, but I'm gonna say it. Stop hanging around people that do not bring out the best in you in this new year, girl. There's some people that you're around that you're not even close with, that you don't even tell your secrets to, but every time that you're with them, you feel safe, you feel comforted. You're like, wow, this person is so nice. Yet, you spend most of your time with the person that makes you feel small, or makes fun of you, or makes you feel like you always have to be on defense. And so I'm saying this to say that in 2022, you have to make sure that you cultivate and you create. It doesn't just come. You have to create an environment. And sometimes it may not be in person. For me, for years, it was online. I was meeting people across the world. I was meeting people in France. I was meeting people in all these different places across America that I was talking to on a daily basis because I knew those were the people that were going to pour into my dreams, and they believed in me. They were watching my YouTube videos when nobody else was and was like, girl, you're going to be big, you're going to be big, and just supporting me. And so I'm just giving you the encouragement for in this new year, you go out and you make that environment for yourself, that you can feel safe, that you can feel empowered, so that all of these dreams and these motivations that you do have, they are not shut down. They are pulled up, and you are pushed forward and not pulled back. And just as your environment is important, sometimes it's not even just the people around us, okay? Those feelings that you feel around those certain people, sometimes it's not them, girl. Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's your insecurity. Sometimes it's your own self beating yourself down. And that's my other thing, okay? I was telling my friends, I'm like, you make all these goals for yourself, but then you like tell yourself you can't do it, or you bully yourself. Like, I have this one friend, right? And she wanted to go to the gym, and every time she would miss it because work or something, or she just couldn't make it to the gym, she would like, oh, I'm so fat, or I'm so blah, 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 and I'm so blah, blah, blah. I'm like, whoa. Okay, let's look at this in a different lens, okay? I was like, let's look at this in this way. Say I tell you as a friend, oh, I want to start working out, right? And I want to go to the gym. And on a Tuesday, you ask me, oh, did you go to the gym today? And I'm like, oh, no, I couldn't because I had to work. And she's like, you fat bitch. That's your problem. You always, whoa. Whoa. If a person told you what you tell yourself, would you still be friends with them? So what makes you think that your body is going to have a good relationship with you? Because the one day that you couldn't go, you wanted to, but you couldn't, you're beating yourself up. And that's just one example. But we do this with so many different things. I mean, me with my writing, I have come a long way. But I remember at the beginning that I would write and I'd be like, this is so stupid. Like, why am I doing this? I showed one of my screenwriting friends, he was like, you just got to work on it. And I was like, see, I suck already. Like, I just need to stop. And it's like, if a friend was to say that to me when I was showing them something, you just need to stop, blah, 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 I would not want to be friends with them. So we have to really sit back sometimes and listen to how we talk to ourselves and how we treat ourselves, because we wouldn't even be friends with someone like us. Ha. Wow. You would not be friends with someone that talks to you how you talk to yourself. You beat yourself down all the time. And if a person did that to you, you would block them. You would walk away. You would tell everyone that they're crazy. But when it's you, you excuse yourself. Stop giving yourself excuses. And I know you've heard that quote in another way, right? Where it's like, stop making excuses for your goals. No, this time, stop making excuses for how you treat yourself. There's no explanation for why you should beat yourself up. No tough love. No, it'll get me forward. It doesn't work with other people. I don't know why you think it will work with you. Show more patience with yourself. Show more compassion with yourself. Show more love to yourself. All of the things that you wish you would get from friends or your mom or your dad or that person that's always hard on you, that you keep asking them for that, but you're not giving it to yourself. And I'm not judging you right now, because a lot of times we internalize whatever that person is doing to us, and so we think that's normal, and so we do it to ourselves as well. It's kind of like me with my body dysmorphia and just my body in general. Growing up obese, people were always calling me fat, and so I was like, well shit, I'm fat. And so I would bully myself just how other people would bully me. It's a pattern, and sometimes you just really have to listen to yourself and not even just out loud. Because sometimes you don't say these things out loud. Sometimes it's in your head. It's like thoughts of like, oof, damn, I should have went to the gym today. Like, I made these goals and I'm not even gonna finish them, girl. Like, you say all of this in your head. And sometimes you need to just slow down and be like, whoa, don't do that. Let's not do that. We don't deserve that. It was one day, we gonna go again tomorrow, okay? We gonna do this. We gonna do this. This is what I do to myself. And people may think you're crazy. The only people that think you're crazy are the people that don't have good relationships with themselves, okay? Every single person that has a beautiful, loving, and supportive relationship with themselves understands, okay? Which brings me to my next point. Stop expecting everyone to believe in your dreams. Stop expecting everyone to support you, okay? And I know it would be nice. It would be nice for everyone to believe in you and to be nice, right? But you have to understand that a lot of times it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with your abilities and what you can do. A lot of times, other people made goals, right? Or had dreams, and because they didn't follow them, or because they don't believe that they could do that, or I couldn't quit my job and be an artist, so how could you? That's usually other people hurting. That's usually other people's limits that they are projecting onto you. If they can't even believe in their own dreams, what makes you think that they would believe in yours? You have to remember that your dreams are precious. And if you see the vision, if you see the future that you want, that's all that matters. God gave you the vision, okay? And if you're not religious or spiritual, the universe gave you that vision. Your head gave you that vision. That vision is there for a reason. You're visualizing it and you're seeing it because it can become true. Okay, so don't expect other people to have your eyeballs or to have your mind. They have a completely different life with completely different perspectives, and it's not their job to see what you see. They don't need to see it. They'll see it when it comes out of your visualization and into the real world. That's when people come around and they get it. It's because they can see it with their own eyes, but you see it already. And if you see it for yourself and you want it for yourself, keep pushing and stop expecting other people to see what you see. They don't have your eyeballs, okay? Also, at the top of the year, a lot of people like to make these really, really big goals, okay? Like January 1st, I want to be a millionaire this year. That's great. I'm not saying that it's not possible, okay? But I just want to remind you that that is a long-term goal. Some people can, but you usually can't make $1 million in a week or in a month. When you just put that goal on the wall, right? $1 million, or I'm gonna be famous, or I'm gonna have 1 million subscribers and you don't even have a YouTube yet, right? What happens is you start working on it, 2 months pass and you're nowhere near, and you get discouraged and you give up, right? So the important thing to do here is to make short-term goals that lead up to your long-term. Okay, you want 1 million subscribers on YouTube, right? But that's the long-term. Under it, let's make some short-terms of like, I want to start the YouTube, okay? I want to do 1 video a week. Ooh, I did that, okay. Get some dopamine, okay? And then maybe you hit 5,000 subscribers. And then you hit 10,000. Short-terms lead up to your long-term. I think when people make these crazy long-term goals at the beginning of the year, you try so hard at it, and when you don't reach it or you don't reach any goal at all, you get discouraged and you give up. So my advice would be is to make that long-term, and then under it, make some bullet points of some short-term so that you can check it off as you go. And that's really just in your mental, but in the actual world, you're making progress even if you don't check off a box. And that's why I tell people, even if you're not healed yet, just talking about it is process. Because a lot of people avoid pain, or they put it somewhere deep down here. But if you're talking about it, you're already in the healing process. You're already making progress. If you're talking about your goals, you're writing them down. You're writing them down. Every day you're waking up and you're thinking about it. You're doing things like, ooh, buying a camera. Ooh, you're on YouTube trying to figure out and doing research. That's progress. And you could write those very basic things on your checklist if you need to, for that satisfaction of I'm getting something done. Research for YouTube, talking to a friend about YouTube, or making goals for the next video. If you want to itemize them damn short-term goals, girl, go for it. It will help you feel more motivated and feel like you're making progress. But outside of that, just know that just by you talking about it and the efforts and you being excited about it is progress alone, okay? So I'm proud of you, and you just gotta keep going. So look, I didn't really come here to be too preachery. It's just that the new year is so beautiful, and I love hearing people making all these goals for the new year. I love hearing people just excited about who they want to be, or what they want to become, or what they want to do with their lives, and knowing what they want. That is important alone. Being excited for the future is a sign of good health, a sign of good mental health as well. So if you have once already, you should really be proud of yourself for wanting something and being excited for it. The next step is just being patient with yourself, supporting yourself, creating a good environment around you, and knowing that things take time. Nothing is gonna happen in January, February, and March, okay? It's gonna take some time, okay? And you have to be patient and know that it will be here. If you see it, it will be here. You just have to do your part. The universe did its part. It showed you, and it's gonna do all the other moving parts. You have to do your part and wake up and every day put effort in. It's hard. It's hard, I know. Like everybody's like, I'm stressed. Girl, I get it, okay? That'd be me in therapy, like, something else. You know, it's not easy. And I could talk all day. I really could. But I really just came here to give you those words for this new year. And I want to give more. Okay, y'all know me. This is my channel. We're going to have more conversations. And we're going to talk about a couple of the things that I talked about in this video further and another time in another video. So much is coming. I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm in an empty room right now because this is my filming room and I have not furnished it yet. Okay, it's a lot of space. Okay, and I'm taking my time. Okay, I'm not rushing it. Oh, and sidebar, for those that care. I know I came back, right? I'm back. I'm posting on every platform, Instagram, TikTok. Please follow me. It helps me. Please help me, please. I am back. But on YouTube, the reason you didn't see another video after that video was because I was going, right after I posted that video, I went through a breakup. And I was going through it in the video. I said it in the video, but I had another one. You know when you break up twice, you know? The second one was just really bad. And I was extremely depressed and I was grieving. But not only that, I was experiencing a lot of verbal and emotional abuse from my family. And from my ex. And so I just was not in the best space. And I was healing, and I don't like to force any creativity when I'm healing. I just was not in the right space, and I think you guys understand that. But I know it seems like I'm always going through something, right? But I'm in those years, right? I'm 24 now. It was the 21 to 24 where, wow, life really came at you, man. I thought I knew everything. You couldn't tell me anything, but life really comes at you. And this breakup, I've never been in love this way. I was in absolute love. And it was a lot. But I'm going to talk about that some other time. But I love you guys, and I thank you. But I'm great now. I'm great now. We're still healing, still grieving. Yeah. I love you guys, and I'm so excited for this year. I hope you're excited for this year. And I'm just excited to share it and talk with you guys so much. Raise your glass, girl, to the new year. I'm just so happy. I'm just really happy, and I'm grateful to be here, and I'm grateful for everything. Okay, I'm out. Bye, guys.